afraid. Be very afraid. Somewhere over the next decennia, robots may decide to kick all humans off the planet. Oh, you always held that for science fiction? Well, a growing number of dead serious computer scientists disagree. It all happens quite suddenly. The one day everything looks like it's supposed to be, but the next day, there's war. As you draw back the curtains in the morning, you'll find the streets full of chaos and despair. A traffic robot unit chases your neighbor Macy across the streets. The robotic sales unit from the grocery store around the corner holds the shopkeeper down to the ground. And look, there's your best friend John. He's chased by one of those automated school buses. Then you hear a rumbling sound. From the far end of the street, a platoon of big, greenish-black robots march in. You recognize them from TV. They're the robots defense uses for strategic military operations, but this time the robots seem to operate all by themselves, systematically and with extreme precision. They rid the town of humans, shooting everyone they encounter. Slowly you step back from the window. You rub your eyes. This must be a dream, you tell yourself. Yeah, an oddball nightmare. What else can it be? But then a crippling burst of pain shoots through your body. As you fall to the ground, soaking in blood, you turn your head. There right next to you is your devoted household robot Nellie. She's holding your brand new kitchen knife, uttering weird beeping and humming sounds of pleasure. Okay, so I let fantasy take over a little while, but wait. Robots waging war against their creators no longer belongs to the realm of science fiction. In fact, the subject pops up on more and more dead serious scientific robotic congresses. Admittedly, household robots, defense robots, and automated school buses don't exactly exist yet, but that's changing rapidly. Already, robots build our cars, run our production lines, help our surgeons in operations, dig for oils, clean our sewage pipes, explore distant planets, disarm landmines, fly airplanes, entertain our kids. Yeah, they even drive cars around, albeit experimentally. There's absolutely no doubt robots will become ever more important. They'll fight our wars, cook our meals, take care of transportations, and maybe even satisfy our sexual needs. As long as there's a demand and money to be made, new robots will show up, take care of an ever-growing list of tasks and jobs. But the real revolution will come from something known as artificial intelligence. Computer software that is capable of learning by itself. As we speak, artificial intelligence is undergoing a big revolution, from data storage programs that learn how to make sense out of human voices to computers that learn how to recognize alien life forms. Seriously, it's all there. And the combinations with robotics is, of course, also made. As we speak, the first artificial intelligence robots are learning how to perform simple tasks, such as steering around objects or plugging themselves into a PowerPoint before their batteries run out. So, is the world becoming a better one? A lot of people think so, but wait. There's a big problem here. The next generation robot will make up its own mind. Literally, it'll acquire huge amounts of knowledge simply because computer brains hold more information than human brains. It'll think faster, learn faster, and outsmart us many, many times. Some AI scientists estimate that within only some 20 to 30 years, an everyday robot will outsmart humans by several billions of times. And although it's speculative, many experts believe the robots will even develop something like a consciousness. So there we are, surrounded by super smart computers on legs that may even have a certain kind of awakening consciousness. It'll give a lot of people creeps. According to the Belgian robotics pioneer Hugo the Garris, who makes a hobby out of preaching doom and destruction, this will cause war. It'll be the haves against the have-nots. The people who have the robots against the people who don't. The latter group will want to smash all robots to bits. The first will firmly believe that robots are essential for human progress. As de Garris coined it, there will be a war between the Cosmists and the Terrans. Of course, chances are the Cosmists, the ones with the robots, will win. After all, they have their disposable armies of super smart, invulnerable robot warriors. Millions will die this unprecedented, unique, and undoubtedly very bloody world war. But that's not the biggest problem. Our robots will have different needs than us. To put it bluntly, a human runs on food and drink. A robot needs power and oil, but there's no need for humans to take care of robot needs. That, after all, is what we have robots for. So it's more likely we'll have robots that repair and feed other robots, the more robots that take care of the production of electricity and oil. In effect, this means there will be a split between our own human economy and an entirely separated robot economy. And it goes well beyond that. Weird as it may sound, chances are the robots will develop a separate robot society. Let's face it, there's not much we can offer an artificial intelligence robot, right? Compared to the robots We're offline a considerable amount of time every day as we sleep. We make bad chess players, and we probably won't be able to offer the robot much entertainment. So what will an artificial intelligence robot do when we don't use it? Probably will hang around a little. Perhaps it'll play a game of super fast chess with another robot. Maybe we'll contact some fellow robots, chit-chatting about nothing in particular, like Fermat's last theorem or string theory. One thing's for sure, though. It's very likely the robots will give shape to a separate, entirely new society on Earth, now that humans have become so boringly slow-witted. Also, the robots will come up with new plans. They'll design new technology, work out novel theories, create new space programs, set up undreamed of science experiments to find out more about nature, and yeah, they'll invent new robots to do it. More and more of the robots will go their own way, becoming completely independent of humans. Perhaps a war of robot versus man will be inevitable in the end, because let's face it, once the artificial intelligent robots hit the scene, humans are the annoying species on Earth. We're imperfect, quite uncontrollable, irrational, and prone to all kinds of errors and system failures. And besides, we waste robot time with our constant requests for food and production. Sooner or later, it's more than likely the robots will decide they've had it with humanity. They'll take over, they'll send some robot troops into town, execute the bigger part of us, and put the rest of humanity behind bars for scientific testing or merely for entertainment. There'll be human zoos and human testing facilities. Everything will be the other way around. This time we'll be the ones doing the dirty and the dangerous work for the robots. Who knows, they'll even use us for batteries like in the Matrix. But also there's an alarming possibility the robots decide the world is better off without humans after all. Humanity might simply be eliminated. Good riddance, the robots will say to each other. We might call the robots rebellious, but the robots will think otherwise. After all, humans are the one who run amok all the time against nature, against fellow humans, or against the robots. Humans are by far the less reliable species. Oh, but surely there will be a way of keeping the robots under control, you might say. We'll program the robots so that they'll never, ever mess around with a human being. We'll simply install some kind of big red switch enabling us to turn off all the robots. Well, see, that's a bit of a problem. When we think of robots, we usually think of the rather clumsy hydraulic machines that stumble mutely around in our factories. We're just not used to the idea of artificial intelligence walking the streets, and one thing is for sure, it's very unlikely a generation of robots that is capable of outlearning humans billions of times will be fooled by some prime directive or a red switch. So when those first AI robots come to help in your home, you better lock away those kitchen knives. Well, that was another Exit Mundi article, a thought, a way the world could end. Now, the thought of AI killing us off isn't exactly new. It's quite popular. It's been showcased in movies such as The Terminator, and is a popular concept in many video games. To base off entirely or have as a concept in the lore. Take Mass Effect, for example. The humans in that universe outlaw sentient AI. Basically, the thought of allowing an AI to think above its, baseline legal parameters is, very fearful itself. And of course it makes sense. Realistically, let's talk about artificial intelligence. AI is what engines such as Google basically run off now. They sift data, they analyze what the actual searcher wants based on their local history and cross-referencing it with usual search results on their end. And AI is the enemies we have in our video games that we always fight off. AI comes in many shapes and forms, actually. AI can be used to process large amounts of information in bulk and analyze it on the fly in many ways. The Army and various intelligence agencies use AIs to properly, again, analyze large chunks of data to isolate key points that would just take too long for humans to figure out in a very speedy amount of time. AIs can even drive almost perfectly. Look at those brand new Teslas out on the market today. Hell, you can even have proper human communications with AIs nowadays. And they work on the fact that they learn from us. Basically, the more things that we do, the AI basically copies on our mechanics. And it's not entirely new. Games in the 90s that utilized bots, typically games such as Quake, actually used human movement to sort of learn off of. And that's how AIs learn. So, AI is becoming a big thing in today's world, 2016. One day, when advanced to a certain point, they may just end up teaching themselves. AI teachers for, AI students. And at that point, it technically has somewhat reached consciousness. And until then, it's probably going to have to develop its own system of morals and values. Even if a robot would really need that, it's kind of debatable. Now that is a way away from today, but looking at how the world of technology is advancing every year, seriously, we have octa-core powered smartphones in our pockets nowadays. We may actually reach there sooner than we have ever expected. And add the power of cloud processing, we're going to reach newer levels of how fast these AI work in tandem. I mean, just look at things such as Siri or Microsoft's Azure network. You feed it information, it will spit back the results in seconds, which may have taken your local system tons of time to truly process and analyze and come up with responses. Tossing it to the cloud where hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of nodes are working actively will spit out that answer in an exponentially lesser amount of time. But when the day finally comes when the AI truly become conscious, what may they learn next? Maybe how to beat us, how to kill us, how to drive us off of our planet? Well, maybe. But like I said, like this creepypasta sort of dictates as well, there could be a way to stop it. Of course, we could introduce a failsafe, we could definitely put a big red button, and maybe the AI can figure out what we're really trying to do. Maybe we can create a giant virus that may be able to kill off the AI in itself. I mean, considering that we've made it, we've documented it, we should know how to kill it after all, right? But then again, we don't know how it's going to work. We don't even know if the AI is going to be the same AI that we have nowadays in 2016. While the day of robots is going to be far away, it's coming sooner than anyone could have expected. And maybe this world might go the way of Snatcher. Who really knows? That being said, AI is definitely something to not only fear, but, look at it as enjoy a celebration even because, hey, it's something cool. But, like everything good, it could have a bad side to it. And this certainly is the bad side of AI. That being said, though, don't be scared. It's not going to kill you anytime soon. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this scenario. And if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. Check out the link in the description below to check out the article and various other articles. This has been another episode of Exit Mundi, End of the World, part of Creepypastas. This is me, Mudahar, and I am out.